So this isn't our first time at the World Orphan Drug Congress. We've been in attendance for the last few years. We're proud to sponsor the event and have sponsored it for the last 2 years, both in Europe and the USA. I think the reason we come to this meeting above any other is the fact that there's multiple stakeholders here. There's a real variety of people with different interests, the mix of patients, regulators, payers, economists, medical, clinical. You have virtually every discipline within pharma here, as well as external people interested in the whole development of drugs for orphan and rare diseases. That makes it, for me, a very rounded meeting. Makes it very interesting from a cross-communication point of view. And for us as a service provider and a sponsor of the meeting, there's a large number of potential clients and current clients that are here, and it's a great opportunity for us to interact with them over the space of 2 or 3 days. So the big challenge, particularly when you get outside of the United States, is in Europe. Actually, there's 2 European directives, a Directive 2001 and 2004, that make provision for the ability to access drugs early across Europe. The challenge in Europe particularly is that each country has taken that directive and transposed it into its national law differently. So what you have is a wide variety of processes, systems and procedures. So yes, some of them are very difficult in terms of administrative burden. Some are just complicated. Some don't allow access in certain scenarios. And that does put companies off, because they're not just looking at one route that you might do in the United States. They're looking at 20 plus different routes, and that's in Europe alone. And if that isn't your priority, the priority for companies developing a drug in an orphan and rare disease is about getting the drug through marketing authorization, through pricing reimbursement and launching it. Early access often is seen as a secondary priority that would sit either behind or potentially alongside those priorities. So when you've got something that's not a priority and it's super complicated, people don't tend to use them as much as they could. And that's where a service provider that specialises in that particular area could fit in, such as Clinigen, who specialise in helping companies navigate that complexity and help them make their products available to patients earlier.